Well, good afternoon, dear friends. I wanted to take a moment and come to you and just give you a little insight about our gospel text and perhaps a little insight into the message this week. This is the 10th Sunday of Pentecost, and in it we find Elijah finds the presence of God not in an earthquake or wind or fire, but in the sound of sheer silence. See, and then the disciples are faced with a great storm on the sea. They cry out with fear, and Jesus says, take heart, it is I, do not be afraid. You see, amid the storms of life, we gather to seek the calm presence of Christ. In this gospel text, we find Jesus' disciples that are out on the Sea of Galilee, certainly not their first time out there, and certainly not a stranger to what the storms are. But if we look back at all of this, we are faced with a fear. And in this text, we also see the disciples see Jesus walking out onto the water, and they call out to him because they think it's just a figment of their imagination or a ghost. And he says, take heart, it is me, it is I, do not be afraid. And one of the disciples steps out onto the water and starts walking to him, and then panics and starts to go down. And Jesus says to him, come on, have faith. He says, Lord, save me. He says, you of little faith, why do you doubt? Those are Jesus' words. And so the question then becomes, where is our faith? So the text brings us to that knowledge that we should have all the faith in the world. After all, Jesus walked on water. He fed the 5,000. He has disciples come to him. Yet we still have doubt in our lives. So I invite you to think about those times where you have doubt, where you face storms in your own life. We have storms all around us right now. We have storms of pandemics and economic uncertainty, of injustice, of communities of faith, some still worshiping, some not worshiping. So I invite you to read the text. The full gospel text comes from Matthew 14, verses 22 through 33. Take time to read that text, to think of storms in your life and see where that doubt might be. How we need to have our faith. We hear Jesus say, oh, you of little faith, why did you doubt? So why do we doubt what's going on around us and in our lives? We need to place it all in God's hands, in God's control. So I invite you to read through this text. I invite you to come to worship on Sunday, whether here in the sanctuary or online, to hear some understanding of this text, to put your doubt aside, to know that in Christ we are alive together. I look forward to seeing you on Sunday. Take care. Have a blessed weekend. Bye for now.